dictate the tempo of the ball game in the second half.
Side is Alante Rochelle. All right, and we're back. Third, and we'll play 4th and 3 coming up.
Kane's going a little bit.
And it is going to bounce.
Hey.
So in the first quarter, Bearcat line. Ash will take over. Beck with the man in the play. We are scoreless.
The 3 and out by the Bearcats.
And it is a handoff in 12 situation coming up. Needed 12, and I think he down to Nick Brown. 2 yards will bring up second down football into Bearcat territory. Loses the football, he'll be sacked. Long third down situation, 4th down. Ash has downfield, pass is picked off. 45 breaks the tackle.
And that's exactly what we were talking about.
Mentioned it earlier in the year. Seth had
the right. It'll be a screen. It'll be a gain of actually
variable in the offense the last
seconds. This is Bearcat football.
Guys, the DB over here could use to go for a touchdown.
Did 4. Windsor hallmark first down for Hardline Stadium on senior night 10 on the Quayshawn Thurman. 3 receivers wrapped up. He's going to lose about. They're going to mark this second down in a Farmerville Motors. Don't forget, Farmerville Motors, 1001 Sterlington Highway in Farmerville. So the southpaw goes downfield. Carlos Hunt, and that will bring
just a little overthrown. That would have been a
Ash 41-yard line. Gibson with Thurman in the backfield. Back to throw is Gibson. Rolls to his left. Looking downfield, nothing there. And he finds Windsor at the 35-yard line. Windsor gets down to about the 34.
Don't be surprised if this is 4-down territory right here for the Bearcats. A little too far
for about a 51-yarder
for a field goal attempt.
And into the breeze that we've already seen. One of Raggio's punts, which he is normally so good at getting good net yardage. He's already punted one that kind of fell a little down earlier. And so as the Bearcats go from left to right, they're moving into the wind. In the second and the fourth quarter, they will have the wind at their back. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers right side. 4th down and 7. And Gibson back to throw, rolls to his right, and almost, goodness, that was an incomplete pass. I think there was a little miscommunication. But I can tell you this much, if Alante Rochelle had seen that football, he would have been in for 6 from about 34 yards out.
Yeah, there was nobody around him, but the pass really wasn't intended for him. But that would have been an easy touchdown.
Yeah, overthrew Rochelle, and right there would have been. You're right, guys. Would have gone for 6 points. Now the defense got to hold them out.
All right, 1st and 10 for Ash now on their own 34-yard line. After the Bearcats failed to convert the 4th and 7. Shotgun formation for Beck. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Smith in the backfield. It is a handoff to Smith. That's actually Parker. Parker brought down. Boy, they have not blown the whistle yet. There they finally do. His forward progress will have him only lose about 3, but he was brought down almost back at the 25-yard line, Nick Brown.
Yeah, Colby King brought him down, and then I guess no whistle blew, so he just popped up and kept running. So he was tackled twice. Good for him. I guess he got more yards on the second attempt.
2nd and 13 from the 31. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers again for Beck. Beck, 6'6", towers over everybody on the football field, throws a little bit low and incomplete, intended for his slot receiver. Nothing doing there. Another long 3rd down coming up for the Trojans. If you're a business in Ruston and want the fastest internet on the planet, call BTG. They can connect you to the new fiber optic internet service and make the change painless for you and your business. See Tim Soto or Aaron Paul at Business Technology Group, 1609 Industrial Drive in Ruston. Call them at 251-8993. Beck out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, flush down the pocket, pick off by the Bearcats. At the 35, at the 30, at the 25, 20, 15-yard line and down. A flag is thrown. We're going to try to make sure we see who got the pickoff for the Bearcats. I think that was Michael Washington, but there was a flag thrown.
I think the flag is going to be on the return where it's thrown. I think it's going to be on the return, not on the play itself.
It should be Bearcat football, I believe, but it might be a block in the back. We'll see what the call is.
I think you're right on both accounts, blocking the back, but that was number 37, Michael Washington, with a big interception for the Bearcats.
See, there again, though, just what we were talking about with the first interception by Seth White, making Beck move around in the pocket. He just is not as accurate as a quarterback by throwing on the run or having to move around as he is just standing back in the pocket.
And that's great pressure by that defensive front, Mark. That's 2 interceptions by Beck in the first half of play. Bearcats need to capitalize now. They still have good starting field position on the Ash 38-yard line, but without that block in the back, they're in the red zone. Under center, single back formation for Gibson. 1 receiver on each side. It is a handoff. He's going to gain 6 on the play.
Kyle and Nick. The
Cats handoff to team, brought down after a carry 10 on the right side in motion.
And here it is.
Back snap. He'll keep second interception. 17-yard touchdown.
Him and Santos Mitchell. Quayshawn looked at film last week.
Up. All right, that was Swade Taylor, who towards the sideline on his own accord. Shoulder pad into Taylor by Washington, and sideline. Hopefully we'll see that youngster. Bearcats have 2. The punt from Beck. Bearcats now fields it at the 35-yard 5, and that grip on the football. Grasp, grip.
Besides with the wind.
To Rochelle, and Rochelle, there's a flag thrown.
It was illegal motion.
Negated, and it will be first baseball and softball practice batting and speed and agility.
But a few more scores, a little bit of a surprise.
Shotgun formation, 35-40. Thurman on. We both saw it from up here in the
way he was going instead of cutting back.
Santos at the 47. Ash, nothing. Gibson and Thurman the far side. 40-yard line, gains 2 on the.
If you notice some of the big runs, they must have seen some way that the middle part of the field. He tried to look up.
Point that was very close to being a batter. They ruled it incomplete, and it'll be Fishio flanked out to the left. And he's finally brought down 17 from the.
Cade Gibson's going to have to learn. He's got to be able, probably, even with no game.
Last play of the first looked great, but it dies in the timeout at the end of 1. Come back in 1 minute. All right, back. I think we temporarily lost Nick Brown and Chandler Postel.
Total yards session, 7-19.
Ash, nothing. Bearcats is just swarming that back.
Looks to me, just from looking down.
Gun formation on. Beck is going to air this one out long.
Huge from only around 12 subs. Go with you, Kevin and Isaiah.
Thank you, Nick Brown, our resident. And this one moving as far away from for the Bearcats from their own. Actually, yes, at the 43-yard line. 11:09 left to go in the first half. Your score: Ruston 7, Ash nothing. Gibson has Thurman in the backfield. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the far side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Thurman. Thurman bounces off a tackler at the line of scrimmage, and he's wrapped up. He'll gain 1 and 9 now coming up for the Bearcats.
Great to have a visit here in the press box from Matt Oakes, our old buddy, back from, well, we won't say the university.
I know what university.
Where he goes, back up here with us.
To see Matt Oakes. 2nd and 9, Bearcat formation. Thurman passing enough for a Karen's Hallmark mark by Quayshawn Thurman to push the pile and get the first.
Side that of the Francis Mitchell.
Sends a man in motion. It's thrown. 2 thrown behind him enough for a first. We're going to have to sort block
holding them.
In the second quarter. Your score way back at the Ruston. All right, Gibson takes the snap. So that's a Bearcat touchdown. 13-0 lead. Extra point. The long pass. With the score, Ruston 14.
I didn't want to hit.
Ruston 14. It's homecoming. And the Ash with about 3 high kick really put a boot in it at the 25-yard line for the Trojans. The Ash Trojan was a little more aware of his surroundings. He would have just let that go over his head and go out of bounds and get the good field position.
Absolutely, guys. I'm telling you, that second touchdown is taking the life out of Ash. I'll be honest with you. He didn't really have anybody blocking for him on that return. So maybe they thought he was going to let it go out of bounds, and that would have been the wise thing to do.
9:46 left to go in the first half. Ruston 14, Ash nothing. Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers for Beck. Beck, quick pass to the running back, and dragged and down for a loss. Isaiah Buggs in on the coverage, bringing the running back down. He's going to lose 5 on the play. Well, actually, they're going to mark it down for 4. Back to the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 14 from the Trojan 25-yard line.
Not a whole lot of speed on this Ash offense. And so Kevin Carter and Isaiah Buggs having a field day in the backfield.
2nd and 14 from the Trojan 25. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Quick slant, pass thrown, incomplete. That was intended for Keldrick Stevens. So Ash is just struggling to find a rhythm. The Bearcat defense is disrupting the offensive rhythm for the Trojans tonight. They're not getting any luck moving this football, Mark.
No, not right now. And even when Beck throws the ball in there, the receivers are dropping the ball.
All right, 3rd down and 15. Shotgun formation. Beck back to throw. Jailbreak screen. Pass is complete. And still on his feet is Smith. Smith needed about 15. He got 14. Well, they're going to mark it real close. So it's going to depend on the spot of the ball. Is this a left foot or a right foot spot to see if Smith got enough for the first? Oh, they're moving the chains. 1st and 10 for Ash. I didn't think that he had enough. He must have just crossed the 1st down marker. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ash from their own 39. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Beck takes the snap, and it's a bit high. He hands it off to Parker, and Parker pushes past the line of scrimmage, gets 6 down to his own 45-yard line. We have a player down for the Bearcats. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Ash from their own 45-yard line.
It looks like 57, Javon Taylor down right now.
So the coaches are going to take a look at Taylor. Let's take a quick timeout. 8:28 left to go in the first half. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. 8:28 left to go in the second quarter. Your score, Ruston 14, Ash nothing. Back in 1 minute. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
Ruston glass to me.
8:28 left to go in the first half. Javon Taylor coming off to the sidelines is being helped. Does not look good. Let's go down to Skip Russell State Farm call to the sidelines to Nick Brown.
Yeah, I tell you what, really tough to tell. Javon, number 57 for the Bearcats, doing a great job this year. Looks like maybe a rolled ankle or something, having trouble putting weight on his leg. So they'll get over and take a look at him and see what is wrong. But I'll keep you informed.
Thank you, sir. Shotgun formation, quick slant pass, batted away, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4, mark the most manageable 3rd down tonight for the Ash offensive squad.
Yeah, and the last one they made was 3rd down and 15, so Bearcats need to hold them here and get the ball back.
8:15 left to go in the second quarter. Your score, Ruston 14, Ash nothing. 3rd and 4 from the Trojan 45-yard line. So Beck looking towards the sideline for the play call. About 10 seconds now on the play clock. Takes the snap, drops back to throw, pump fake, goes well downfield, has a man, and it is, they're going to say a catch. Well, a good bring
Great
down.
catch.
Yeah, that's just a great catch. That was Andrew Bell on the reception, I believe.
Right in between 2 Bearcat defenders.
Yeah, so Beck just dropped that dime in for a long first down gain into Bearcat territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Ruston 28-yard line after the great throw from Beck. So Ruston having to rush a man off field. They're lucky they didn't get called for either offsides or too many men on the field. Rush right side to Parker. Parker gains 3. You're right, Mark. This Ash team has been really running through the tackles tonight, not really trying anything outside on this Bearcat defensive front. 2nd down and 7 as Matt Oakes takes his leave. 7:40 left to go in the first half. Ruston 14, Ash nothing. Shotgun formation. And Beck fakes the handoff, goes right side. Pass is caught. That's Stevens. Stevens at the 15, down to the 10. Inside the 10-yard line now, Ash with a 1st and goal opportunity from the Ruston 8-yard line.
This is where the last 3 or 4 plays probably, the Bearcats have had some tackle opportunities and have missed tackles to allow Ash to get some extra yardage.
1st and goal from the 8 for the Trojans. Shotgun formation. And it is a handoff. The play is blown up in the backfield. Guess who? Michael Washington in again on the quick tackle on Ladarian Parker. He'll lose 3, maybe 4 on the play. Michael Washington just blew through the offensive line and brought Parker down for a loss. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line.
Guys, really interesting what they're doing. Michael's going right behind you, Kevin. The guy's standing him up, and he's just cutting right or left and getting right there to make a tackle. Great job by both Kevin and Michael on that play.
2nd and goal from the 12, under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Ruston with a 2-touchdown lead. Quick toss right side and going up the sidelines. Not a lot to gain there. Ladarian Parker again. He gains maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line.
Guys, interesting note real quick. Different look defensively for the Bearcats. You've got a lot of guys playing both ways tonight. Alante Rochelle in, as well as Quayshawn Thurman here on this defensive stand.
So Quayshawn playing both sides of the football tonight. In at cornerback. It is 3rd and goal from the 10 for the Ash Trojans. Shotgun formation. Beck back to throw. Looks right side into the end zone. Still rolling and fires it up. Incomplete. Couldn't find a man open. Now Ash has to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to put some points on the board? I think it does. It looks like it's going to bring the special teams unit out. 6:06 left to go in the second quarter. Ruston 14, Ash nothing. And I believe they're going to send Austin Bell out to attempt a 27-yard field goal into the wind from the right hash mark.
Good stand right there by the Bearcat defense.
Yes.
To force this field goal. You feel a lot better whether they make it or not. You feel a lot better about 14-3 as opposed to 14-7.
Could not agree more. 6:06 left to go in the second quarter. A 27-yard field goal attempt coming up for Bell. Snap placement. This kick is up. Nick Brown says it's good, and it is. So 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Our score, Ruston 14, Ash 3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
All right, here's how it happens. Dream up a goat cheese business. Get a loan. Get a goat. Get another goat. Now 100 goats. Get business cards. Get a logo.
And 6 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Ruston 14, Ash 3 now. The Trojans get on the board with a 27-yard field goal by kicker Austin Bell. And so Bell will kick this one off into the wind. Bell put a nice boot into it, Mark, and the wind did not slow his ball whatsoever, and he will kick this one into the wind as Windsor and Walter are back to return, standing on their own goal line. So the Bearcats would do well to answer here with a nice sustained drive here in the second half of the second quarter. The ball will bounce in front of Windsor. He fields it at the 11, 15-20. Windsor on his feet. Oh, hit hard at the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ruston now on their own 24. Bearcat football is being brought to you in part by Karen's Hallmark with cards and gifts for just about any occasion. Don't forget, when you care to send the very best, visit Karen's Hallmark in the I-20 Shopping Center in Ruston.
I'd like to remind everybody to stay tuned at halftime. Not only will we have homecoming festivities, but we'll have the University Ink Tattoo and Body Piercing halftime show, as I'll be joined by Carl Johnson.
And Cat Tracks as well, I believe. Wild Bearcat formation, handoff to Santos Mitchell. Mitchell at the 20-25 has some room at the 30-35. Hit hard and brought down after a Karen's Hallmark first down. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats on the 38-yard line. Santos Mitchell with a very nice run. He goes for about 15 yards for the first down run, Mark.
And Nick Brown, who do we have on Cat Tracks
Well,
tonight?
actually, we don't, guys.
Oh, I'm
No
so
Cat
sorry.
Tracks?
I'm going to tell you, Quayshawn Thurman's our guy. We're going to get him next week. But there's a tradition at Ruston High School when you're at homecoming, and Kyle and I will talk about that in just a minute after this play.
I'll bring it right back down to you, good sir. Wild Bearcat formation. Thurman with Gibson flanked to the right side, sends a man in motion. That's Raggio. And Thurman takes the direct snap. 35, cuts it up at the 40, down at the 44-yard line. Gains 7 on the play, brings a 2nd down and 3 at Skip Russell State Farm. Call to the sidelines to Nick Brown to talk some tradition for homecoming.
Guys, at homecoming on this Friday, you have a great formal, no pep rally, but a formal presentation of the court. And usually a couple of guys might check out and go get lunch. They're in their Sunday best, and they go out. And I believe Quayshawn may have had lunch today. So certainly our seniors have listened. Remember leaving on homecoming for lunch. But we'll have Quayshawn next week, I promise.
All right, no problem. Wild Bearcat again for Thurman. Thurman with a direct snap with Mitchell in the backfield. 45 at midfield. Another Karen's Hallmark first down. The chains keep moving for the Bearcats. Now they're in Ash territory. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 47. 4:34 left to go in the first half. Ruston 14, Ash 3. And we have a couple of Trojans down on the field. And they finally get back up before the staff has to come and take a look. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats from the Ash 48-yard line. The Bearcats are going to try to get a drive together to give this defense a rest, if they can keep the clock moving here as we get closer towards halftime.
Yeah, this would be a good time to take the ball down the field, get some points, and still use up most of the half.
All right, Thurman again flanks on the near side Gibson flanks on the near side at wide receiver. Man in motion is Walter, and it is a quick sweep. Walter at midfield gets a good block from Rochelle at the 45, and he is spun out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Gains 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up. A Skip Russell State Farm call to the sidelines down to Nick Brown.
I tell you what, great job. Gibson throws a good block as well, clearing it up. So like you guys said, want to go in and put some points on the board and go in halftime with a good lead.
You notice again, though, Kyle, all those plays are going to the outside, sweeps on every play, not a whole lot in the interior.
Gibson under center, hands it off to Thurman. Thurman 45 up to the 40, breaks free at the 35-yard line, still on his feet, breaks tackles, 30 to the 25, knocked down at the 22-yard line. Long gain on the play. Quayshawn Thurman does not know the word quit. Gains over 20 yards on the run. 1st and 10 on the Ash 22-yard line. Under 4 to go in the first half. Ruston 14, Ash 3. Great run by Thurman.
You just don't know how in the world he popped back out of that pile. It looked like he was tackled, and everybody started to kind of relax, and all of a sudden he popped out the other end of the stack.
And Mitchell checks in to give Thurman a quick breather over on the sideline. The ball, and the Bearcats, 8 left to go in the second quarter.
Turn him.
3:28 left to go in the first half of play. Ruston 14, Ash 3. For those of you not up on your acronyms, Ash is Alexandria Senior High, another District 2-5A opponent from Central Louisiana. Bearcats have 1st and 10 on the Ash 23-yard, actually the 22-yard line. Gibson with Mitchell in the backfield. Raggio flanked out on the near side at receiver. Bunch formation right side. Hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell at the 20. He's at the 15. Jukes at the 13-yard line. There's a flag thrown back near the original line of scrimmage. Mark Kramer says hold. He's normally very accurate when it comes to these calls. And guess what? His on-base percentage continues to grow. 3:20 left to go in the first half. Ruston 14, Ash 3. The hold will bring the Bearcats all the way back to about the Ash, I'm guessing, close to the Ash 30-yard line. For comfortable and confidential help in health and probate matters and assistance in dispute resolutions, call Blake & Blake at 255-1234. Blake & Blake in Ruston, right across from the courthouse, 255-1234. So it'll be first and about 17, 18 yards from the Ash 30-yard line. Man in motion is Mitchell. Quick screen right side. Pass is caught by Rochelle. Rochelle at the 35, at the 25. Down inside the 20. The Bearcats are now in the red zone, brought to you by the Zone in Ruston. And Rochelle is tackled. He'll gain about 13 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 5 from the Ash 16-yard line. So a good bubble screen. Shotgun for the 6, maybe the 7-yard.
Fumble occurs. Mitchell
met at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
say something good and then he loses.
It's almost like they tried to.
All right, single back for 10-yard line down to the 9. In the backfield for the Bearcats in a few plays. We'll see if we can get some information on that. Hope he's okay. Maybe he's just getting a rest. Oh, there he is. Ask and ye shall receive.
On cue.
The opposite of the Kramer curse.
That's exactly right.
1:40 left to go in the second quarter. Ruston 14, Ash 3. Thurman checks back in. It's 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Gibson flanks out at receiver on the near side. So Thurman in the wild Bearcat formation puts a man in motion. That's Walter. Quick sweep to Walter. Walter at the 15. Cuts it at the 10. And still on his feet inside the 10-yard line. Just gained a couple. Nothing there. It'll be 4th and goal from the 8-yard line. So the Bearcats could try a 25-yard field goal from the left hash mark, or they could go for it on 4th down from about 9 yards out. 4th and goal. So the Bearcats are going to talk this one over. They have a timeout left if they want to take it and sort of game plan, but the clock is continuing to move with under a minute left to go here in the second quarter. Ruston 14, Ash 3.
I think you run the clock all the way down and call a timeout and kick it through.
Right, that's exactly
Yep.
what they're going to do, Nick Brown.
All right, so this would be actually closer to a 26-yard field goal attempt. And it's from the left hash mark with the wind at their back. Snap placement, and Raggio's kick is up. And it's good. A 26-yard field goal goes through for the Bearcats. 29 seconds left to go in the first half. Our score, Ruston 17, Ash 3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
Now, snap was with 10.
So 29 seconds left to go here in the first half. Ash with all 3 of its timeouts, so if they wanted to try to move the ball down the field, they might be able to with under 30 seconds left to go here. I was a little surprised, I think you guys were too, the Bearcats snapped the ball so quickly for that field goal attempt. They probably had, Nick Brown, about, 10 seconds left that they could have run off.
I think, obviously 10. You don't wait till 0 to snap it, so let's say 9 seconds. And we'll see if hopefully these 9 seconds won't come back to bite the Bearcats here, but could have gone a few more, but as few field goals as we've attempted this year, maybe go ahead and get that snap in, but nonetheless, the kick was good. Bearcats back to a 2-touchdown lead.
And, Nick, you will have head coach Brad Laird before we take our halftime break here in a couple of here in 29 game seconds.
There you go.
And again, stay tuned for the University Ink Tattoo and Body Piercing halftime show.
Clay Thompson's kick is up, fielded at the 15-yard line by the Trojans. That's Courtney Hall. Hall past the 20 to the 25-yard line. Down at the 27, it'll be 1st and 10 with 22 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Ash has it at their own 27-yard line. Been a good showing by the Bearcats tonight so far on both sides of the football. Ruston has only really looked somewhat lethargic on defense on just one drive tonight. Everything else, Mark, the Bearcats have been on cue. They've been doing it through the air, they've been doing it on the ground, and they've been doing it on special teams tonight. 1st and 10 from the Ash 27-yard line for the Trojans offense. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the near side, trips formation. As the Trojans, Beck takes the snap, looks downfield, fires this one up and over, passes incomplete. Little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver, and the pass falls incomplete. Nick Brown.
It's tough to throw when Kevin grabs a hold of your arm when you go into your throw motion, so great job by Carter getting back.
17 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Ruston 17, Ash 3. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans from their own 27. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Beck takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Great tackle in on the play for the Bearcats. Tyler Rivers stuffs the run, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 11, and I think that'll be the final play of the first half. I think Ash is content to go into the halftime locker room down by 14 points. That will bring us to the end of the first half of play. Your score, Ruston 17, Ash 3. Let's go down to Nick Brown on the sidelines with head coach Brad Laird.
Coach, one thing, homecoming, a big game for the Bearcats. You always wonder, guys get out of routine. Homecoming a little bit different. These guys have come out sharp tonight.
Well, it's 48-minute ball game. We played 24. We got to correct the mistakes that we made, make sure we come out that second half to play 24 minutes.
I tell you one thing I got to ask about. Normally I ask about individual players, but Michael Washington, certainly with a big interception and a lot of great tackles, seems like he's playing with an extra gear tonight.
Yeah, he did. He's made a couple big plays. The thing we got to do is convert some of those. Just penalties offensively have hurt us. We've got good field position, running the football, and then some penalties have put us back, and then also brought back a score.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks as always, Nick Brown. Highly appreciative of that. Back in 2 minutes, Ruston 17, Ash 3. We're here at halftime. Stay tuned for the University Ink Tattoo and Body Piercing halftime show with Mark Kramer and Carl Johnson. Back in 2 minutes. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
Dr. Blair did come out of the stand, so I figured it was. I was there when he was talking. I remember we both there, yeah. James Field at Garrett Stadium. Bearcats have a 17-3 lead over Alexandria Senior High. Welcome to the University Ink Tattoo and Body Piercing halftime show. Joey Bagwell and Nathan Fisher invite you to stop by University Ink and Body Piercing for tattoos, body piercing, and cover-ups. That's University Ink at 209 West Mississippi in downtown Ruston. Also check them out on their Facebook page and their website, universityinktattoo.com. Joey and his fine staff say go Bearcats. Nick Brown, you're still down there on the field, and we're able to check in with our injured Bearcats.
Yeah, Javon Taylor, I talked to him. He's in the golf cart going to the field house now, and he's in a lot of pain, guys. I mean, his knee is hurting, and I will predict it. You know, I asked him, did you tear it? He said, I believe it's hyperextended, but he was in a lot of pain, but he did put a smile on his face. I asked him about his grandmother. I've worked with her, worked for the school system, worked out in Simsboro when I was there, now works at Ruston Elementary, and I said, I just make sure that I pronounce your name right whenever Kyle, not Mark, is pronouncing it. And he got, brought a smile to his face, but he was in some pain, and he's going to the locker room now.
Now, you talked to Coach Laird just now at the end of the first half, and it seemed like he was a little concerned about the penalty that cost the Bearcats not only some yardage but one score.
That's right. That's one thing we talked about, the momentum. That's where you go when you're building that program, and talk about the penalty-free second half versus Washita. And, that's the thing that this program is continuing to get better. 17-3 lead at the half, 2-touchdown lead. But, let's think about what these guys have. It's a 48-minute game. Same thing. He knows that he's going to go in there and talk to the guys and say, you know what, at this time last week, we were down to Washita. And we're down to, and Ash is down to us. What's the difference? We got to go out and remain focused. So, Mark, just going with that, I tell you, Michael Washington, Seth White, huge interception tonight for the Bearcats.
So what do you see happening here in the second half?
I think you come out, and I really have liked what the offense is doing. I think everyone on their toes is guessing. I think the jet sweeps have worked very well. The thing I would like to see, obviously, with a lead like this, I don't want to see a conservative mode where we don't look for that pass down the middle. I know you have a lead, you run the ball, stop, run. But the same thing happens in Washington. What did they do? They had a lead. They got very, very
Bearcats 4 yards, 4 penalties for 30 yards, no penalties on Nash. Bearcats 2 touchdowns, and they each have a field goal. Time of possession for the Bearcats was 14 minutes, 12 seconds. For Ash, 9 minutes and 48 seconds. And here we are at 17-3. Bearcats have had it.
You said a couple of things there, Carl. The rushing stats for Ash are pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's probably been a long time if I've ever seen a half where they had 12 rushes for a point. So the Bearcat defense is strong against the run this first half.
Another thing that stuck out to me right there with 2 interceptions for the Bearcats, no turnovers for the Bearcats.
Yeah, that's been great. They've really mixed it up, like Nick was saying, running the Wildcat and keeping Brother Gibson in there, and it's really kind of got Ash kind of wondering what's going on, because I'm sure they all week long they've keyed on number 5 Keyshawn, and so they really kind of got a new look for Ash to see tonight, and I'm sure that's going to continue here in the second half.
Wow, 7.5 yards average per rush tonight for the Cats.
They, when the secondary starts making a lot of tackles, you know that you're going to get at least 5 or an average of 5 yards a carry, and that's what they do. They had a few plays where they hit them at the line of scrimmage, but I tell you, we have been avoiding and slipping and sliding. We may have breezed up before the game. I don't know, but they have missed a lot of tackles. Ash has missed a lot of tackles on the Bearcats, and it's showing here with 17-3 at half.
As we continue to have our festivities, our homecoming festivities on the field, we'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. You're listening to the University and Costume Body Piercing halftime show and our halftime score. Carl just said, Ruston 17 and Ash 3. You're listening to Bearcat football here on T107.5. Back with more halftime activities right after this.
Southern Central had a 5.7 or 5.8 yard per average, and he's continued to go up from there. A 6-yard average here in the first half, only 5 rushes for 30 yards. And Contavious Walter had 2 carries for 6 yards. Receiving, Alontae Rochelle 2 for 20. Ladarius Winter 1 for 7. And Contavious Walter had 1 for that long bomb of 55 yards and a touchdown for the Bearcats. So, again, that leads to that gaudy 7.5-yard average that the Bearcats have rushing.
Yeah, you know, it was they really mixed it up well. They really kept Ash off balance, and they did a great job in the first half. And I'm sure that we'll see pretty much the same. They're mixing a lot of them formations and everything. We did have a couple of penalties there where they called a touchdown back. That was a great run by Quayshawn. But other than that, the Bearcats looked really sharp in the first half.
And some of the defensive stats for the Bearcats, again, Michael, you know, the beginning of the season, first 3 or 4 games, we were talking Isaiah Buzz, Kevin Carter lead the team in tackles. Last 2 weeks, Michael Washington's actually led the team in tackles. And again tonight here in the first half, he has 4 solo tackles leading the team. Isaiah Buzz and Kevin Carter have 3 apiece. But also the interception that Michael Washington got, and another interception by Seth White.
You know, the quarterback that Ash has, he's got a pretty good arm.
He does. Matthew Beck has a good arm. Actually being recruited by SEC schools as a baseball player.
And yeah, he's definitely throwing downhill because he's about 6'3", 6'4", 6'6". He's 6'6", okay. And he is he's missed tonight on about half of his passes, and then he's thrown to 2 Bearcats, but he's got some zip on it. But the defense again continues to get better. Everybody is the good thing about it is like you're saying, everybody is getting tackled. They're kind of spreading out, and that's good because you know the second season is coming on, and how do we get better? You get better by repetition. Everybody's involved in it, and they've done a great job in the first half, allowing only 3 points here and half.
As our homecoming festivities wrap up here at midfield, we'll go ahead and take one more 2-minute break. When we return here on the University of Katrina Body Surfing halftime show, we'll get Carl Johnson's thoughts on the second half. You're listening to Bearcat Football here on B107.5. We'll get your second half thoughts ready. I'm putting you on the spot. Yes, we'll have time for both.
Bearcats holding a 17-3 lead over Ash and Carl. With those 17 points, you've got the scoring plays in the first half.
A four-play, 30-yard for the Bearcats at the 3:05 mark in the first was a 16-yard touchdown by Quayshawn Thurman, and Jordan Reggio with the extra point made it 7-0. Then the Bearcats at the 9:46 mark in the second, Mr. Gibson threw to Mr. Walter for a 55-yard touchdown. The extra point was good. That was a four-play, 57-yard drive, and Jordan Raggio's extra point was good. And at the 5:53 mark in the second, a 12-play, 71-yard drive resulted in a field goal by Austin Bell for 3 points for Ash. And then right there with 22 seconds to go in the second quarter, Mr. Raggio hit a 26-yard field goal, and here we are at half, 17-3 Ruston.
Your thoughts on the second half?
Well, like we've been talking earlier, they really mixed it up well offensively. I think they'll continue. When you get your foot on the gas, you don't need to let it off. We need to go ahead and take care of business and minimize mistakes. Defensively, they've done a great job. Just continue putting pressure on that big 6'6" quarterback, and Ruston's going to take it tonight.
Charles, thank you again. Great job, as always, with the analysis and the statistics. We're about ready here to begin the second half, and I'll be rejoined here in just a second by the voice of the Bearcats, Kyle Roberts. Will ease back on in here and put his headset back on. And Kyle, just ask Carl Johnson his thoughts on the second half as we wrap up the University Ain't Tattoo and Body Piercing halftime show. Your thoughts on the second half?
More importantly, just like that heat.
Yeah, you did eat him. Just like an airplane breezing the runway.
Well, I say, honestly, I think what the Bearcats have to do is get control of the front I think it's a great job in the first half. Look at the front ball. It's put together. It's put together great drive. I think the one thing I'd like to see a little bit better, Mark, is for them to capitalize on those Ash making turnovers. I think they had 2 opportunities on turnovers. They were only able to convert 1 point. But the Bearcats could find a way to get some system the points on the scoreboard. Keep that defense strong, but also give them the rest of the year. I think the Bearcats are going to come out of here with a win tonight and prove on the shoes of the first. I mean, honestly, Brad Laird preaches it off every single week. You play until the final zero. Do not lay down. You do not stop in the second quarter. You do not stop at halftime. The team collective members for the next 2 quarters. I expect the Bearcats to come out and get ready to play some good football here in the second half of play. Too, a quick Skip Ruston, Saquon Saul, the sideline down, and Nick Brown. Get your thoughts as well, Coach. I want to hear what you have to say. See what we need to do here in the second half.
Well, I tell you what, before we do that, you got to break the softball. Jambalaya at halftime. Great job sporting softball team. Very good. Hey, same thing I said to Mark earlier in halftime. One thing, honestly, with a lead, you want to come out and have a hot run and a lot of running plays. I just hope we don't get too conservative last week and watch Carl did. Would like to see just mix it up. I've really been impressed tonight, guys. Come on, we know the defense has been there all year, but the offense showing a different look tonight, and you're going to be I tell you, I go with what Mark said, and again, not critical because there's been a couple of plays that I saw the Bearcats holding on. They got away with it, but you're 15 yards away from the play, and you're going to call hold. Looking back. Fish got to be looking back, not looking forward. So here we go now. Take this and move the ball down the field and get that touchdown back.
Instead of a touchdown, the Bearcats now are backed all the way up to their own 25-yard line. I mean, basically 75-yard penalty.
Yep. First,
yeah.
Go ahead, Nick Brown.
I said real quick, though, one thing you notice, senior leadership, Kevin Carter, as soon as he wrapped the line, he read it as a pooch kick and sent Alante back, motioned him back. So great senior leadership by Kevin on that play.
Shotgun formation for Gibson with Thurman in the backfield from the 24-yard line. Gibson, pump fake, goes downfield. He has a man, Windsor. Passes up, and it is caught by Ladarius Windsor at the 40-yard line of the Trojans, and he is knocked out of bounds after the long Karen's Hallmark first down. That is a gain. I'm going to try to do the math here. 36-yard gain down to the Ash 40-yard line.
And there was interesting, almost a touchdown, by the way. Just if he could have stayed in bounds because the defensive back ran past him and cut up. So
unfortunately, that ball wasn't thrown out in front of him. He made a great job to adjust to what was basically a punt.
Single back formation, handoff to Thurman. Thurman at the 40, bounces at the 35-yard line, gains 5, maybe 6 on the play, brings up second down and 4. But you guys were right. If that ball was just lofted a little further down, I think Windsor would have had an easy walk into the end zone for a touchdown. It'll be second down and 4 after the 6-yard gain by Quayshawn Thurman. I've been very impressed these last few games with Gibson's poise in the pocket, able to deliver some strikes down the field. And even though that one was underthrown, great catch by Windsor. Here comes Gibson out of the shotgun formation. He'll take off and run himself. He has a Karen's Hallmark first down and almost goes into the homecoming court out on the Ruston sideline. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats from the Ash 28-yard line.
The ladies are gone. He was going to run over Principal Durrett and myself, and you're worried about the homecoming court. Appreciate that.
Is that Coach Durrett in that nice suit?
That is Coach Durrett. Yeah, he coached in that once or twice, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, you won't see that very often.
Looking sharp, Principal Durrett. So 1st and 10 from the Ash 28-yard line for the Bearcats. Wild Bearcat formation. Zontas Mitchell flanks out right side. Direct snap to Thurman. Thurman at the 30, down to the 25-20. Inside the 15-yard line, another Karen's Hallmark first down. The clock continues to move here in the third quarter. 10 minutes left to go in the third. Our score, Ruston 17, Ash 3. The Bearcats are now in the red zone, brought to you by the Zone in Ruston. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Ash 15. I'm challenging you guys. Next homecoming, let's all get dressed up in suits and ties. Y'all in? No? Okay. 1st and 10.
Next home game, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Mark, homecoming would be a help.
No, I've said the next home game.
Hand off to Thurman, 15, 10, 5. And can he get in? Oh, he's so close. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Quayshawn Thurman, boy, his yards after contact, Mark, his second motor, like when he gets hit, he doesn't fall down. He keeps moving his legs, and he picks up extra yardage. Exactly what the Bearcats need. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Gibson under center, Thurman in the backfield. Gibson sends a man in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to Thurman, and Thurman is, let's wait. Doesn't look like he's in. Tyler Rivers was the man in motion. Nick Brown, you look like you're pretty close.
Yeah, he's not in. Interesting, number 88, not in your program, Malik Bugner. That switch a few weeks ago did a great job of blocking, but just a half a yard short here on second down.
All right, 2nd and goal from the inch-yard line, and Gibson gets in for a rushing touchdown, just pushes the pile. Touchdown, Bearcats. 8:57 left to go in the third. Ruston 23, Ash 3, extra point pending. What I liked about that, Mark, was that the Bearcats lined up quickly, got Ash kind of off their feet just a little bit, and Gibson was able just to push that pile in and get in for the score.
The thing I liked about the whole drive was coming back after the touchdown being called back and not worrying about it and driving down the field on a long drive and still getting a touchdown nonetheless.
Extra point is up, and it's good. Our score with 8:57 left to go in the third. Ruston 24, Ash 3. One of the things I'll mention, we normally go to a break after a score. Let's keep it up here because I want to get the thoughts from you guys. The evolution of this team from this past year, Mark. Earlier in the season, it felt like if something happened like a penalty that the Bearcats didn't think they deserved, or unsportsmanlike, or something along those lines, it felt like the Bearcats would have like a little momentary lapse and just a collapse, if you will. Not the case after that penalty. It was a questionable call. Then the Bearcats were flagged for an unsportsmanlike, and then it was business as usual. Cade Gibson with the long pass to Windsor, and the Bearcats keeping on the ground to get in and grinding in for that touchdown. Very impressed with the evolution and maturity of this team over the season.
Yeah, it's been definitely a maturation process for the Bearcats and the coaching staff as well. The whole team has matured as the season's gone along, and now don't worry about the trials and tribulations that come up upon them during a game.
All right, sky kick is up and down at the 25-yard line. Ash will return this up past the 26 to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 27. If you're a business in Ruston and want the fastest internet on the planet, call BTG. They can connect you to the new fiber optic internet service and make the change painless for you and your business. See Tim Soto or Aaron Paul at Business Technology Group, 1609 Industrial Drive in Ruston. Give them a call at 251-8993. Any update on scores from around the area, Mark?
I do have some, but I'll get to them here in just a second.
Appreciate you. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver. Beck hands it off to Smith. Smith at the 25, at the 30. Oh, still on his feet. Smith at the 40 to the 45. Bounces off a couple of tacklers, gets up to midfield. The ball will be spotted at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, right at midfield.
Some of the scores: Union ahead of Madison 35-0 in the third quarter. OCS 21, St. Frederick nothing at the half. And Cedar Creek 35, Ringgold 6.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers for Beck. And looks like it could be a broken play, and Beck finds a wide open receiver. That is Ladarian Parker. And Parker into Bearcat territory down near the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ash after the quick pitch and catch. It was actually Jorian Valiant in on the reception. 1st and 10 on the Ruston 31-yard line. 8:15 left to go in the third quarter. Ruston 24, Ash 3. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. And Smith in the backfield, handoff to Smith up the middle. He'll gain 1 on the play against swarming defense by the Bearcats. Tyler Rivers in on the tackle for Ruston. 2nd down and 9 coming up from the 30-yard line. Curious to see if we can get a West Monroe-Ouachita scores. That game looked like it was close earlier in the first half of play. 7:45 left to go in the third. Ruston 24, Ash 3. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. And Beck takes the snap, fakes the handoff, quick slant pattern, thrown incomplete. Oh, almost picked off by the Bearcats. Isaiah Buggs got his big mitts on that football, knocked it into the air, and the Bearcats almost picked that one off, Nick Brown.
Yeah, that's the second one. Jaquinton Kinsey nearly intercepted. I think the third time's going to be the charm, and he'll get a pick tonight. But a great job by Buzz getting his hands on the ball.
3rd down and 9 from the Bearcat 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver look for Beck. Kyle Smith, the running back. They're standing near the Ruston 35-yard line. Beck takes the snap. Quick cut, toss complete to Smith. And Smith just gains maybe a couple, spins up towards the 25-yard line. He'll be down, and it'll be 4th down and 4. And so Ash will have a decision to make, and there's a Bearcat down. 7:15 left to go in the third. Ruston 24, Ash 3. The Bearcat down, I believe, is Isaiah Buggs.
We don't want to see that.
No, we do not. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. 4th down and 4 for Ash from the Ruston 26-yard lines. It is Buggs, but he is getting up on his own and walking towards the sideline.
I tell you what, and even, you'd never know the extent of the injury because he's one of those type that's not going to show pain very long, so they'll come over here and evaluate him because as soon as he hit the turf, it's like he heard you say, we don't want to see him down very long. He popped up.
Popped right back up. 4th down and 4 for the Trojans. 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Here at Homecoming, Senior Night, Halloween at James Field at Garrett Stadium. 4th down and 4 for the Trojans. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. And Beck with Smith in the backfield. Big 4th down coming up for this defense. Beck takes the snap, drops back to throw. A quick jailbreak screen pass is complete, And I don't know if Smith has enough for the first down.
think
It
it's
is going to
short.
be close.
I think it's short.
Left foot, right foot spot,
Well,
guys.
he's short. It's going to depend on the spot. I'm telling you from the angle here, he is short, but we'll go to the spot.
Nice tackle over on that side of the field. Couldn't see it so far away with my bad eyes.
I'm going to say 47, Khalil Stinson in on it.
But
That
that
was-
was a great tackle
Yes.
because he had plenty of momentum to get past the sticks, and they just stood him up and pushed him back.
Well, the Bearcats called the blitz there, and on the screen pass, and that was great pursuit because it looked like Smith had found a hole since most of the defenders were keying in on the quarterback. It looked like Smith had some room, but great pursuit by the Bearcat defense to bring Smith down for a minimal gain, and that's a turnover on downs. Bearcat will take it over, 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers right side. Mitchell in motion. Gibson hands it off. Oh, it's an end around. Oh, boy,
Oh,
Walter's
no.
got some room. 25-30, 35-40, 45-50. One man to beat, and he's got him. 30, 25-20. Walter into the end zone for the score.
No flags.
Touchdown, Bearcats, and there are no flags on the field. 6:28 left to go in the third. Ruston 30, Ash 3, extra point pending. Boy, you talk about daylight all the way. Kentavious Walter untouched into the end zone for a 78-yard touchdown run on the end around.
Great blocking on our side of the field. Everybody on this side pinned the defensive end, the safety, and the linebacker inside. When they turned and realized that it was a reverse, they went to go after the ball, and everybody just blocked straight down. There literally was nobody from the hash mark to the out-of-bounds line on our sideline.
I'm going to tell you, I give credit to one guy. There was one guy for Ash that had a chance closing. Assistant coach Earl Griffin was like, "Run, you got it." And he did. He put the afterburners on.
He did right at the 50-yard line. He had one man to beat, and Walter put it into another gear, and Griffin sent him all the way home to the house. Extra point up, and it's good. 6:28 left to go in the third. Bearcats 31, Trojans 3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
Stuck in a state of falling.
And I mean, they pinned everybody in. There was nobody on this side of the field close. Nobody.
And I love that they ran the end around to the short side. I mean, the jet sweep to the short side. He had the whole
Yeah.
6:28 left to go in the third. Ruston 31, Ash 3. Bearcats lead by 28 points in the third quarter. Kyle Roberts joined alongside Mark Kramer. Nick Brown on the sidelines. Carl Johnson and Chandler Postel on stats. Bearcats will kick this one away. Clay Thompson has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Great play call. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. They call the reverse. They get it to Walter, and Walter had nothing but daylight ahead of him. Made the right move up the sideline and went in for the score untouched. The kickoff is fielded at the 18-yard line, bringing it back to about the 34. Ash will have 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line to start this drive as the Bearcats are slowly moving this one away from the Trojans. 6:22 left to go in the third. Ruston 31, Ash 3. Boy, that was an exciting play.
Man, it really was. It really
You
was.
know, one thing about it, guys, I'm going to call this in play. You got to remember, offensive coordinator Chris Gatlin was the head coach at Ash just a few years ago.
Interesting tidbit of trivia. I
There you
almost
go.
forgot about that. Shotgun formation. Beck back to throw. Finds a receiver left side. Pass is caught. And it's a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 now coming up for the Trojans. So the only rhythm that Beck is seemingly able to get into, Mark, is just these quick, take the snap out of the shotgun, drop back, and just find a quick outlet pass. He's not having any luck going downfield. He just doesn't have time for the play to get set up because the defensive front is getting such great pressure.
Well, the defensive front of the Bearcats is rushing in every time and not holding their ground. So the screen pass is about the only thing that's open.
Shotgun formation. Beck back to throw. Another quick slant pass caught. And there's a flag thrown. It's going to be a hold, I believe. Yes, it is. Holding on the offense. That pass was caught, complete to Jorian Valiant. But no matter, the holding penalty is going to bring the Trojans back. It's going to be 2nd down and 14 all the way back at their own 31-yard line.
If I remember right, at halftime when we did the stats with Carl Johnson, Ash had no penalties in the first half. I believe that's the first penalty against Ash tonight in the ballgame.
2nd down. It's actually going to come all the way back to the 29. 2nd down and about 16. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side for Ash. Beck back to throw. Another quick pass, incomplete, almost picked off again. Well, these passengers are just bouncing off of the hands of these Ash receivers, and they're getting so close to being picked off by a Bearcat defender, Nick Brown.
Oh, it's chilly out here. It's a little bit colder than what the players are used to playing, but he's throwing the ball extremely hard, guys.
Yeah, and he threw that one behind Doherty, and it almost tipped right into one of the Bearcats' hands.
3rd down and 16 from the Ash 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver look for Beck and company. Beck back to throw, goes long downfield, throws it into triple coverage, almost picked off. Oh, to Quentin Kinsey, almost with the interception. No matter, what a great pass breakup in the stat book. That will go 4th down and 17 coming up. Ash will need to punt this one away. .5:22 left to go in the third. Ruston 31, Ash 3. 28-point lead for the Bearcats here at senior night, homecoming, and Halloween, all rolled into one. Walter stands at his own 39-yard line, back to return this punt. Bearcats look like they might be sending the block package. And Beck gets this one away. It is an end-over-end kick fielded by Walter. Here we go. Walter at the 40, at the 45. Stays at midfield, runs into his own blocker. Boy, he's still on his feet, though. Has some more blocks. 45-40, 35-30. Cuts it right side of the 25-20. Contavious Walter in for the score. Touchdown, Bearcats. Another long punt return. This time, no flags on the field. 5:02 left to go in the third. Ruston is starting to run away with this one. Bearcats 37, Trojans 3, extra point pending.
That was amazing when he made the move on about the 30-yard line. He cut in between 2 Ash defenders, and they actually ran into each other.
They ran into each other, and then he hit his own
Maiman.
blocker, Corey Maiman, and he still stayed on his feet. Excellent concentration by Walter to get into the end zone. And for the score, snap placement, the point after's up. It's good. 5:02 left to go in the third. Our score, Ruston 38, Ash 3. Back in 30 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
It's the white jersey, Corey, that you're supposed to tackle. The white jersey.
He is a super good kid. If we get a chance to say something about Melvin Parker, let me know. If we get a chance.
Oh, you can bring it up if you want to. That's fine. I'll bring it back and kick it down to you. 5:02 left to go in the third quarter. Ruston 38, Ash 3. Let's go to a Skip Russell State Farm call to the sideline, down to Nick Brown.
Guys, a couple of things. You know, Corey Maiman, I will give him a hard time Monday on class and let him know he tackles the opposite color jersey. One of the guys see every day, it's really, you see these guys on the sideline, and I know their numbers. And a lot of times I don't recognize their face because I see them always with a helmet. But today the guys were wearing their jersey at school. 29, it just jumped out and said, Melvin Parker. He stopped and turned around. I just told him, really enjoy watching you play. He said, Coach, I have fun playing for the Bearcats. I love it.
Ooh, I love hearing
great kid,
that.
29, Melvin Parker.
Thompson's kick goes over the head of the Ash return team into the end zone for the touchback. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 20-yard line. Bearcats with a 35-point lead here in the third quarter of play. A big District 2-5A matchup between these two teams. As Mark, we've said, power rankings are on the line here tonight. And the Bearcats, again, graduating so many seniors off of last year's team. This team is just fight so hard week in and week out. They're a scrappy bunch. They're well coached. And if they keep this winning going, they're going to be hosting a home playoff game here in 2 weeks at James Field at Garrett Stadium.
Yeah, they're already in the top 16. If they don't lose a game, they're not going to lose this one. If they win next week in the finale at Pineville, then they will host the first-round game.
Quick screen pass caught left side, and that is going to be a gain of 9 on the play. That's Xtavius Doherty, my favorite name tonight, Xstavius, Xtavius Doherty, in on a 9-yard screen completion. 2nd down and 1 coming up. Shotgun formation for Beck. Ash is going to have to move the ball quickly if they're going to try to get back into this game. They have no time to waste. Handoff right side, nothing doing there. Great bring down by that is Ladarian Parker for the Trojans, brought down by a host of Bearcats.
I'm going to give you the names because there's new subs, guys. Number 71, Justin Doge, a senior, and number 70, Gavin Thompson, in on that tackle.
All right, thank you, Nick Brown. 3rd down and 4 from the Ash 26-yard line. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver look. Beck back to throw. Quick pass thrown, incomplete. They're going to throw a flag. They got tied up. Well, I don't know. It looked like one official wanted to bring the flag out. Another official is saying no. That's the first time I've ever seen a flag come out of the pocket of an official and literally in midair go right back in. I don't think they're going to throw it.
Well, I would think that would be, if ever was a pass interference, that was the time.
That was the time.
Well,
they are calling it. The flag just didn't come out of the pocket. That was bizarre. So I think it's going to be a pass interference on the Bearcats. Looks like it is, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Trojans. 4:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ruston 38, Ash 3. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. For comfortable and confidential help in health and probate matters and assistance in dispute resolutions, call Blake and Blake at 255-1234. Blake and Blake in Ruston, right across from the courthouse, 255-1234. Quick slant pass caught, dragging a couple of defenders. That's Valiant again. It'll be a 1st down. Trojans are back in Bearcat territory. 1st and 10 on the Ruston 48-yard line.
Melvin Parker, guys, in on that one, as well as number 26 in Keenan Hanley.
Thank you, Nick. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Beck back to throw. Looks for Smith. Not there. Goes left side. Pass is caught. That's to Stevens. Oh, wow. Stevens just got hit. Boy, JaQuinton Kinsey, another. Boy, this Bearcat defense tonight, guys, has just been lighting up some of these Trojans. Kinsey that time with a truck stick knocked Stevens out of bounds, and he's going to remember that hit tomorrow morning. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Beck looks towards the sideline for the call. Takes a snap, another quick slant left side, and up the sidelines out of bounds. That's Doherty. And Doherty gains maybe 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 3. 3:20 left to go in the 3rd. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
They've thrown nothing but bubble screens and screen passes here during this entire drive. Look for them to try to run a double move. They've tried to suck in the Bearcat defense a little bit.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver look. Another bubble screen. This pass is incomplete. Intended for Doherty. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Some updated scores: Cedar Creek 41, Ringgold 6, Ouachita Christian 28, St. Frederick nothing. Sterlington leads General Trask 36-22. And in the 3rd quarter, West Monroe 14, Ouachita 6.
Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Beck takes the snap, and he hands it off up the middle. That's to Smith. And Smith, it's going to be close. He needed to get to the 26-yard line for the 1st. And nope, the official's going to call 1st down. That was a left-footed spot. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for the Trojans. 3:04 left to go in the 3rd. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
It had to have been because one of the side judges put 4th down up before they said 1st down.
Shotgun formation, Beck. Another high snap, fields it. And the ball comes out, and I think the Bearcats are going to fall on it. And the Bearcats have recovered. That is Malik Hicks.
Malik said he's not falling on it, guys.
No,
Malik was going to return it.
He wanted to get him a big boy touchdown there, but he got it back up to about the 29. Well, they're going to mark him at the 27-yard line. Another turnover by the Trojans, and the Bearcats take over 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Ruston 38, Ash 3. Santos Mitchell checks in at running back. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the far side. Raggio flanked out on the near. Mitchell in motion. And it's a fake handoff, and it's a toss left side to Witt. Witt catches it at the 30, 35 up to the 40. A Karen's Hallmark first down to the 45-yard line. Great play. I was faked out by the fake handoff to Mitchell, and looking right side, and pass is complete to Caleb Witt. That brings up a 1st and 10 on the Ruston 45. Shotgun formation. Mitchell in the backfield with Gibson. 4 wide receivers. Gibson back to throw. Another quick slant pattern caught by Raggio. And they're going to say he was down at the 49-yard line. He caught it on his knee. Gains 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 6 from the Bearcat 49-yard line. Here's what you need to do, guys, is grind the clock down. Just keep the ball going here in the third quarter. Try to get as much time off the clock as possible. Your best ally tonight is the clock. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers tripped out to the far side. Mitchell in backfield, 1 receiver on the near side is Raggio again. Another bubble screen caught by Rochelle, and Rochelle makes a move at midfield. Oh boy, he almost had some green, had 1 tackle to break, brought down at the Ash 38-yard line. It's a Karen's Hallmark first down, 1st and 10 on the Trojan 38. Let's go to Skip Russell, State Farm call to the sideline, down to Nick Brown.
I tell you one thing that I talked about at halftime. I said didn't want to see these guys go conservative.
Haven't done
right.
that.
So they got my wish.
Yes, you did. 1st and 10 on the Trojan 38. Pistol formation, Mitchell in the backfield. And we have a new quarterback checked in for the Bearcats. That's Mike Skipper here on senior night. Handoff up the middle to Mitchell to the 31-yard line. Clock continuing to move here in the third quarter, 1:10. As the Bearcats lead 38-3.
As I'm going to get a couple of names in here. 35 wide receiver Harrison Long checking into the game as well, guys. 17 Dalton Carradine getting in guys that come practice every day. And one thing the coaching staff going to get them in right here on their night, senior night, getting playing time. And I like the fact that they're throwing the ball to these wide receivers.
2nd down and 3. Shotgun formation. Man in motion is Mitchell. And Skipper back to throw. Pass is caught by Rochelle. And Rochelle might lose a few here. He's down at the 35-yard line. He'll lose 4. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Nick Brown, so I don't butcher any names, number 82 is flanked out at the far side for the Bearcats.
Yes, Marquez Caprue.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Taught him us last year.
Our phonetic friend, Nick Brown. 3rd down and 7. And that will likely draw this third quarter to a close. So we have played 3. Your score, Ruston 38, Ash 3. Back in 60 seconds. This is Bearcat football on Z107.5.
Success equals to...
Thanks, sir. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Bearcats 38 and Ash 3 here as we begin the fourth quarter. And here's some stats from the third quarter. Ruston had 7 first downs and Ash had 5.
Bearcats had 192 yards in the third quarter and 103 for the Ash Trojans. The time of possession, 6 minutes and 40 seconds for Ash and 5 minutes and 20 seconds for the Bearcats. Total yards passing, 80 for Ash and 67 for the Bearcats. But Kyle, 192 yards of offense in one quarter.
That'll do it.
For the Bearcats will do you good.
Yes, it will.
Thank Carl Johnson again for those statistics.
Carl Johnson, Chandler Costello, just a fantastic job week in and week out. 11:15 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. It is a 4th down and 10 situation from the Ash 38-yard line. And the flag is thrown to be a delay of game penalty on the Bearcats.
You know, Coach Laird taking a delay on purpose to back up the Bearcats a little bit to give Jordan Raggio a little bit more room to try and drop the ball inside the 20-yard line.
So if this score holds or barring some miraculous comeback, the Bearcats will improve to 6-3 on the season, 3-1 in District 2-5A play. We're expecting Ruston to finish somewhere in the punt is up by Raggio. And it will fall inside the 20, down and roll inside the 10. And Ash will have a mile to go, 95 yards if they want to get the pay to 94 actually. They're going to take first and 10 for the Trojans on their own 6-yard line. 10:39 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
West Monroe now leading Washita 21-6.
The Rebels are starting to pull away in that game. It's another one that's got the District 2-5A implications. Active Central and Pine Bluff will be playing tonight as well. First and 10 for Ash from their own 6-yard line. 10:39 left to go in the game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. Shotgun formation, the worst starting field position of the night for the Trojans. And Beck fakes the handoff, goes right side. Pass is caught. Quick screen pass, no matter. Bearcats just swarming in on defense and bring the receiver down.
21, Will Davison was in on that. We'll get some other numbers in. And Corey Mayman got a guy in a white jersey.
There we go. He's one for 2 tonight. 10:20 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
That sophomore looking good out there. DJ Woods also in on the tackle.
Shotgun formation. Beck takes the snap, drops back to throw. And on a jailbreak screen again.
Screen pass.
There we go. Finds his running back and still on his feet. That is Parker. And Parker drops inside the 20. He'll have a first down. I think they're actually going to mark him up at the 21-yard line. They just tackled in bounds, though, so they'll keep the clock moving.
You know, the Bearcat defense got to catch on a little bit. That's the only thing that they've thrown. That and the bubble screen is the only pattern they've thrown since halftime. They got to catch on to that a little bit.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the far side. And the snaps are almost getting away from Ash here. And wide open down the field was Andrew Bell, and he could not bring it in. He was wide open by a mile. And you know the coaching staff for the Bearcats are not happy about that broken coverage there by some of the youngsters that are in. Nick Brown.
Well, guys, I want to go one guy, though, that made the tackle on that play and what he did, sportsmanship. That's Grayson Allen, number 46. Just made a tackle here on the sideline, ran down the field. He's in linebacker. When this coverage, we came down, obviously, the Ash defender knew he blew a touchdown. Grayson helped him up. Good kid, 46, Grayson Allen.
Shotgun formation. Back right side on 2nd and 10. And the pass is caught, but a minimal gain. Just 2 on the play by the wide receiver. We'll see if we can get it numbered. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the Ash 22-yard line.
Hanley and Davison in on the tackle there for the Bearcats. Guys, I want to tell these young guys are flying around and relishing the opportunity right now with 9:05 remaining.
And it is great in-game reps, too, for some of these guys that will see more playing time next year. Incomplete pass up and over the middle. It'll bring up 4th down and 8 from their own 22-yard line for the Trojans. 8:55 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
And this is also something that's important, guys, for next week is the ability to rest the starters a little bit after that short week a couple of weeks ago, to be able to rest guys for almost the half. That's going to be huge going into next week's ball game on the road, long road trip down to Pineville.
New punt returner and 25 or Carlos Hunt for the Bearcats.
Beck stands at his own 8-yard line. Bunts this one away, and Hunt will field it. Well, he actually loses the ball. And we'll have to see who recovered. It went out of bounds, and I think it's Ash football, so the defense will have to come right back out on the field. But Ash has it first and 10 on their own 47-yard line. So Hunt tried to field it in traffic, buffs the punt, goes, I thought it went out of bounds, but it looked like it must have been recovered by a Trojan. It'll be first and 10 from the Ash 47-yard line. And one of the things that I appreciate, Nick Brown, is the intensity of his coaching staff. They're not satisfied being up by 35 points.
They're not, guys, and these guys that just came off the field had to get ready to go back in. They're in unfamiliar territory for these coaches. Hey, they're coaching them just like they're the starters. And, I mean, that's one thing you want if you're a parent of one of these players.
Yep. Beck back to throw. Pass is intercepted. Bearcats with the pickoff. Prentice Gant pulls in the interception down at the 38-yard line. It'll be first and 10 from the Bearcat 38 for the offense. 8:35 left to go in the game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. 35-point lead for the Bearcats.
Guys, want to throw something out there real quick. Have both of those guys in class. Good friends. Barlow's fumbled it. Prentice, friend, they speak every day. Good friend. Bailed him out with the interception. Good job, Prentice, again on that interception.
And again, Beck making Beck move around in the pocket caused the interception.
Hand off to Santos Mitchell. Mitchell goes right side, shoved out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Gain 7 on the play. 8:28 left to go in our ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. Second down and 3 coming up for the Bearcats from their own 46-yard line. Skipper stays in at quarterback for the Bearcats. Bunch formation, first down on the near side. Man in motion is Hunt. And it's a quick sweep left side. There we go. Hunt on his feet, 45 at midfield, into Ash territory, down at the Trojan 46. That's the Karen Hallmark first down. First and 10 for the Bearcats on their opponent's side of the football field. Bearcat football is being brought to you in part by Farmville Motors. Don't forget, fans, visit Farmville Motors when it's time to purchase your next Chevy, Buick, or GMC vehicle. Farmville Motors, 1001 Sterlington Highway in Farmerville. First down and 10 from the Ash 47. Shotgun formation. Hunt goes in motion again. And it is a handoff to Mitchell. And Mitchell still on his feet. 40 at the 35. Has the first down. Karen Hallmark first down, mind you, at the 31-yard line. First and 10 after the run of 17 yards for Santos Mitchell.
Is there any other kind of first down? Except the Karen Hallmark.
I don't know of any other first down.
I don't either.
Watch the game on college. I said that's Karen Hallmark first down.
That's right. I say that to myself every single time. I think of the Louisiana Tech broadcast. I'm thinking when they say something different, I think,
That's wrong.
yeah, why isn't it a Karen
It's
Hallmark?
always a Karen Hallmark. Very appreciative of all of our sponsors, in all sincerity, but without them, this broadcast is not possible. Jet sweep again to Hunt, and Hunt at the 35-30. There's a flag thrown back at the 32-yard line. This one's very likely coming back. 7:24 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. And the head official is saying, hold on the offense. And Santos Mitchell's gain of 2. Going to come back. It's going to be second down and probably close to 20. All the way back to the Ash 42-yard line. So it'll be first down and 20 for the Bearcats. 7:24. Ruston 38, Ash 3. Commandant Walter checks into the ballgame for the Bearcats at receiver. Skipper takes the snap, drops back to throw, toss right side, pass is caught. That's Harrison Long. And Long will lose 1 on the play. Brings up second down and 21. Bearcats were not looking to eat that elephant all in one bite.
It's going to be
Shotgun formation, trips on the far side. And Skipper fakes the handoff, tosses it left side, pass is caught. And big takedown.
17, Dalton Carradine, you're right. Now, takedown, good.
That's WWE right there.
Yeah, rock bottom.
Getting ready for the chain link cage match.
And so they're going to say that they're going to spot him down where his knee touched back at the 43, so he barely got to the line of scrimmage before he was body slammed darn near at the 35. Shotgun formation, third down and 21 from the Ash 43-yard line for the Bearcats. And Skipper takes the snap. And pump fakes goes well downfield. Pass thrown up, incomplete. That was intended for Harrison Long. And Skipper overthrows it. 6:10 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. And the punt team will come out for the Bearcats. Raggio, he'll stand near his own 43-yard line. Back to return, Jared McQuillan for the Trojans. Here comes Raggio's punt. It's up. It's caught in that breeze. And it will hit and take an Ash bounce. Boy, it hit at the 32, and it's going to come all the way back to
Almost
the
to the line
40-yard
of
line.
scrimmage.
Wow.
2-yard punt.
2 yards. Here's the thing.
A lot of effort for that, though.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. The Ash in on the punt team, 34. I don't have his roster in front of me. If he would have made a run at the ball, he probably could have had a punt return, one of the up men, because there would have been nobody back. But a good job finally from Bearcats dragging it down and down on that punt.
6:05 left to go in our ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. 35-point lead for these Bearcats. Shotgun formation. 4 wide receiver look. Daniel Reed goes into motion for the Trojans. Under 8 seconds on the play clock. A little confusion for Ash. And shotgun formation. It is a handoff to Reed. Reed hit hard in the backfield. There's a flag thrown well behind the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle for the Bearcats, DJ Woods came off unblocked. And an illegal shift. They're going to decline the penalty, and it'll be a loss of 8 on the play. Brings them second down and 18. Rather, second down and 16. They mark it at the 34-yard line.
We have a final score. West Monroe beats Washita 21-6. That puts Washita in jeopardy of missing the playoffs.
Shotgun formation, handoff up the middle to the running back. That's for Ladarian Parker. Parker gains a few on the play. Brings up second down and 14.
Union has beat Madison 49-8.
Check that. It should be third down and 14. 5:29 left to go in the ball game. Ruston with a 5-score lead, 38-3 over the Ash Trojans. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receiver look for Beck. 15 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap. Rolls to his right, looks downfield. Can't find anybody. He tosses this one up, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down and 13. The clock is down to 5:04. 38-3 our scores. 5-touchdown lead for the Bearcats. I'm assuming there's a running clock called or something because the clock is continuing to move. That turned off an extra 20 seconds. Doesn't look like anybody's too nonplussed, I suppose. Big fancy word for annoyed. Think.
I'm glad you told me because I didn't know. That's a little too complex for me.
Well, Nick Brown's our resident dictionary. He probably knows the answer to that as well. He could have found me a better synonym than that. Beck's going to be back to punt from his own 25-yard line. This one's going to, play clock's going to burn all the way down to 0. It's going to be a delay of game on the Trojans. They're going to take 5 yards just to keep the clock rolling, I suppose. 4:22 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3.
Well, guys, while you're worried about synonyms, I want you guys to look down from the box and at one of the taller Bearcats, number 94 in the game, Nick Johnson, a 6'6" sophomore, out on the field right now, as well as Gavin Thompson and St. John Brown. These guys doing well.
Johnson's a tall fella. All right, Beck back to punt from his own 17-yard line. Gets this one up, almost in the grill of Johnson, and this is going to bounce. And almost hit by a Bearcat. Oh, I think they're going to say it hit off his foot, and it did.
And now that's one thing that's going to frustrate.
38, Ash 3. The Trojans have it. the Bearcat 29-yard line. All right, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Beck stays in at quarterback. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Beck takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. And that is going to be Smith getting inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Go Bearcats from everyone at the zone. The zone provides indoor baseball and softball practice batting cages, private and group lessons, computer video analysis, year-round indoor and outdoor workshops, batting cage rentals, and speed and agility training. The Zone, 254-1111, or online at thezoneofruston.com. Shotgun formation, and it's a quarterback keeper. Beck's going to keep it. Goes left side, inside the 20, dances up the sideline, goes out of bounds, inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. 3:04 left to go in the ball game. Ruston 38, Ash 3. So Skip Ruston State Farm call the sideline down to Nick Brown. Nick, one of the things that we were kind of concerned with in the pregame show was the letdown factor. That has not shown up tonight at all.
Not at all, guys. And, watching these number 2 reps go, but no, not a letdown tonight out of these Bearcats.
Shotgun formation. Beck takes the snap, hands it off to Smith. Smith spins at the line of scrimmage, and he is brought down by a host of Bearcats inside down to the 15-yard line.
I'm going to get up to you. 89 Chandler Ford in on that tackle. Name we hadn't said much. 68 in on the tackle as well. That 68 Malik Hicks. Big number 70, Gavin Thompson in there as well. Excuse me, 70. Yeah, Gavin Thomas in on the tackle.
All right, thank you, Nick Brown. 2nd down and 12. We know that all these youngsters, parents, and families are thrilled that they're getting some mention on the radio tonight. Shotgun formation, Beck. Back to throw, looks left side.
And this second team punt, they really want to keep Ash out of the end zone here. It's a matter of pride with them, isn't it, Nick Brown?
That's exactly right.
And shotgun formation, and it's a quick toss right side, nothing there. 4th down upcoming for the Trojans from their from the Bearcat 16-yard line.
Guys, that's a sophomore applying that pressure. Number 51, DJ Wood, and putting pressure there on the quarterback.
Gotta say, I'm digging this second team offense. Pretty bright, defense. Pretty bright future coming up for these Bearcats. Under a minute left to go in this ball game. Bearcats are going to improve to 6-3 on the season, 3-1 in district, 2-5-8 play. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Beck with Smith in the backfield. Beck pump fakes, rolls to his right, and breaks out of a tackle, goes left side, incomplete. That's going to bring up a turnover on downs. Bearcats will take over on offense, and they may not have to run a play as the clock continues to move here. 35 seconds, one other going to stop it. And the Bearcats will have to come out and take a knee. And we can call this one a ball game. Check with Nick Brown real quick. Nick, when would you like to get head coach Brad Blair?
Well, it's getting a little chilly out here, so as soon as possible.
All right, sounds like a plan. I find it hard to believe that you're getting cold in that super slick windbreaker with that awesome ski cap.
Yeah, we'll see. Certainly a great crowd on hand. The students have moved down here a little bit, so we'll get him after they take this knee.
Sure thing. Fun atmosphere tonight here at James Field and Garrett Stadium for homecoming, senior night, and Halloween. Expected to see some more costumes tonight. A little disappointed Ruston community, but outside of that, you've been great fans tonight cheering these Bearcats on to victory by a final score of what's going to go in the book as a 38-3 win over the Ash Trojans.